Hey guys, good morning. It is Kyle, aka Vulcan Wolverine. It is Monday at about 11:30 Central Time. I just want to make a video because I've been getting hit really hard. I've been getting hit really hard for about 7 years, but lately it's been pretty drastic. They lowered one of my tires this morning, so I'm putting air in it right now. And my tires, not from gang stalking, but just from the alignment being off, are getting kind of chewed up in the middle. But I want to show y'all, they lowered this tire. Because this doesn't have a cap on it. They took the cap off a long time ago, and then somebody just lowered the tire so it can wear on that rubber more. I don't know if y'all saw it. I'm gonna kind of try and you can see the tires. Because they want to lower the tire so it'll just wear on that rubber, and then hopefully it'll, for them it'll pop. And those tires, those two front tires, are very close to popping because the rubber's getting worn. So they're kind of heating it up on that. Feel really bad too. Saturday night, I moderated the Saturday night call because Ella kind of was sick with the flu. And then I had an after call because I have a TalkShoe account now, so I'll be able to do some after calls after some of the conference calls, which is good. And I'll probably start my own call. But after that, after we got off the after call that I did, where we were coming up with some really good ideas, they hit me in the stomach, and it was for about 20 minutes, and it was excruciating pain. I didn't feel any beams like above my stomach, so I'm not sure if they did it with remote neural monitoring. I know it wasn't poison, because I know they didn't really get anything into any of my food or my drink. I'm gonna check the other tire. Other tire's doing all right. Might kind of put some air in it too. But it hit my stomach for like 20 minutes, and then they let off. But it was a pain in my stomach that, it took me a while to recover from. And Neil often says that, on his call last night, you got to kind of choose. You got to balance it out, how much activism you want to do. And they do get mad about that, and they'll kind of attack you, when you do new things. And I don't think my attackers really want me, moderating calls or having my own call, because just like these videos, it gets me further out in front of this, like in the media, where other TIs know me. So if something really bad happens to me, people will know. They'll know who I am, and then it'll be connected to all of this. So you really do, I think the biggest idea that we have right now is to come up with ideas, and to do that we need to get more TIs on these conference calls. If you do have the talents to, look really horrible. My hair is kind of greasy. Last night they hit me on the top of the head so hard, and they were doing something else. They were remote neural monitoring me, to get me angry while they were doing it. And it was like this pressure on my head, and just lines of pressure and heat, like on my skull. So I haven't been having really good days. It's been like this for a while, for a couple of years. I just wanted to make a video and kind of give an update. It's been hard, but so any TIs with the ability to make good YouTube videos or document, please do that. Please get on the conference calls. The TalkShoe number is 724-444-7444. There's a Monday night call, there's a Tuesday night call, there's a Wednesday night call, there's a Thursday night call, there's a Friday night call. There's usually 2 calls a night. There's definitely a Saturday night call, and then a Sunday night call. Last night Neil had a call, and one of my TI friends, one of my really good TI friends, who I love to death. She's just the nicest lady in the world. and it just, every time, you know, I hear that they're hurting her, and she doesn't, like, she's one of those people who she just helps other people. She doesn't really want to get into how bad she's being hurt, and it's awful because she's that type of person. Like, she just helps others. But she's gonna start a call. Karen is, not Karen. Miss Linda. Linda is gonna start a Wednesday morning call at 11:30 Central Time. It's gonna be 9:30 like California time, and it's gonna be like a kind of, you know, mid-morning call where we can get motivated, where we can find new ways. Because, you know, when we get up, I just woke up like 30 minutes ago, and, you know, my body feels like fibromyalgia pain. You know, I had the V2K screaming as I got up. You know, they were doing directed dreams up to the point where I woke up. You know, so then I wake up, and it's like, it's hard to start the day because you started out with a lot of negativity coming at you. So she's going to try and do, you know, Wednesday morning call, and she's gonna try this out, this new angle, which I love. You know, it's gonna be 11:30 Central Time, 9:30 California time. It's that same number, 724-444-7444, and her PIN code is 140091 for her room. You know, and if you're good at, you know, if you're good at just having conference calls and letting people talk, you know, sometimes moderators will talk about their situations, and, you know, but I just, you know, I let other people talk. So, I mean, if you get a TalkShoe number where you can make conference calls, then, you know, when they need an after call or something, you can do that, and then people can just continue the discussion. A lot of great discussions, a lot of great ideas. Now, before I go into that, though, I do want to say, you know, and this is another great idea. Mike is doing the Audio Spotlight project. I think we've got about $600. He's trying to get one of the higher end audio spotlights, like $2,000. I think probably, you know, he'll think about it once he gets to a certain mark, but, you know, we're getting, you know, he's getting good funds for that, but we really need to do that. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put the link below. Please donate. I'm going to go ahead and donate $20 to that. Like, I've donated before, but I'm going to donate again. What else is going on, guys? Yeah, so I'm going to put that in the link, the Audio Spotlight project, because, you know, I'm getting, you know, the guy above me definitely is involved in the condo. I'm getting remotely hit, but he definitely is involved. I'll go, you know, when I go use the bathroom, the pipes shake, and he's like dumping stuff in his toilet. But I think he's been lied to. You know, he's been told that I'm just going to run out of there, or that I'm, you know, he's been told a lot of things about me. I think he would have to be surveilling me for what he's doing, so he'd have to be surveilling me downstairs. And so he'd have to see me on the calls. He'd have to see what this is about. So, you know, I don't think there's too much wiggle room for he's been so disinformed. But I think he does think that, you know, it's going to end soon, that, you know, I'm going to run out of there, I'm going to be incapacitated. So he is participating, and he does a lot of things that seem like they're coming from Audio Spotlight. Like, I'll be in, you know, the room that my mom's going to eventually stay in. And she's kind of asking me where I'm going to go, because I don't think, you know, she wants the dog there. So I'm kind of trying to figure out things. But he'll do a lot of things when I'm in that room. Like, you know, he'll do running water sounds, and if I move over, you know, they'll stop. So, you know, I have the V2K. The V2K, you know, I'm not sure if they can do it in another way, but I know one way they do it is just shooting the electromagnetic signal at your ear, and your ear picks it up as an electronic signal, and then you hear a voice. Mine, I hear directionally. A lot of people, it just sounds like the voice is coming like straight from their head. You know, like I said, when I'm in the room where mom's gonna stay at, it seems like it's coming from in front of me, and sometimes it'll shift over to where it sounds like it's coming right above the bathroom in her room. And then when I'm in the other room, it'll sound like it's coming from the left external. Right now, I can hear it a little bit. It sounds like it's coming from external front. like that, so they can kind of change the direction in which I hear it, which, you know, and I also, you know, I've heard, and you know, I've heard they can just shoot a microwave signal at your auditory cortex, and you pick it up that way too. You know, a lot of these things, it's like we're not sure about the delivery mechanisms. We do, you know, talk about and discourse about those things on the call, you know, how exactly they're doing it, what delivery mechanisms they're doing it by. But we do know that we're, you know, being hit by stuff that really hurts us. You know, my attackers are really hurting me. They didn't like that I moderated the big Saturday night call and then got my own talk shoe number. They really were like, the main attacker on the V2K is like, gotta, you know, this is over, you know, because I think he's getting worried that I'm going to get more and more involved, like on these videos. Y'all will know me from there. Then, you know, I'll moderate conference calls, people will know my name. Then if I get my own conference call or something, then I'm more out there. And then, so if anything happens to me, people will be watching what happens to me. So that's a good reason to get on those conference calls, to get involved. So I talked about the Audio Spotlight Project, Miss Linda's, and she is so awesome. She's so positive. I mean, she's being hurt really bad too. You know, just like Mike and a lot of other people, you know, Ella, you know, they get hit really hard too, but then they just try and help people. There are more people who, you know, they get hurt and they'll kind of say what's going on with them, but they want to really help other people while they have that, you know, when they can cope, you know, with it. I'm a complainer. I kind of do both. They do too, but they do it better than me. So I learn from other people, you know, like Derek and Mike, Linda, Ella, you know, Neil's a little bit more like me, you know. He actually, you know, doesn't really complain about his stuff that much. He talks about it in general. I'll go ahead and complain and say exactly what they're doing, and these people do that too. They're just better. They're better at balancing than me. But I hope that we all, you know, kind of say what's happening to us, and then, you know, try and help other people. I feel like I do whine a lot. I need to on these calls. I need to get it out, and they do too. I'm not saying like, you know, they're inhuman or something like that, but I learn a lot from them, I guess. I'm very babbly this morning. I'm very sorry. I just want to, you know, I really want to give credit to those people that I really respect, and I want to explain it right how I see them. And sometimes I can't explain it exactly right, but they're really great people who help others when they're hurting. You know, mine's getting pretty vicious. Yesterday, well, first of all, I want to talk about, so ideas for this, for what we can do. There are a lot of court cases. You know, there are a lot of ideas for class action suits. There are a lot of ideas for, you know, filing complaints. You know, the biggest idea, though, is if you do have ideas and you do have a good creative mind, to get on those conference calls and give your ideas. Because then, you know, if you don't want to, because I have an idea and I just want somebody, you know, to help me develop it. You know, I think every day of the week we should have, and then ideas like, you know, having the morning call and getting motivated. We're going to be coming up with more ideas, things we can do during the day that are productive. You know, Mike's Audio Spotlight Project, you know, David Voits is still walking across America, you know, and doing local news programs and radio programs. So it's happening. I mean, we're getting the awareness out there. It's happening. We need to push and keep pushing, because a lot of people are suffering right now. You know, last night on Neil's call, I was just hurting so bad. I was listening to everybody else, and, you know, another target individual friend of mine who really gets hurt bad, Corinne, and I guess I can say these people's first names. They're like really good TI friends, and I don't think they'd mind. And she was telling about her situation, and she's writing a book about it. You know, so if you're a good writer, you can write a book. Like, she's going to do a lot of good doing that. And she's got a lot of testimonies from TIs. And so that's a contribution that she's making, even though that she's going through so much pain. You know, on Neil's call last night,